Hey guys. So this is a fanfiction version of S.E Hinton's The Outsiders. It's actually a sequel story called The Outsiders Rebuild. This is my story. I've written it. I do not own S.E Hinton's book, The Outsiders. I do not own the characters. This is just for fun. If you have not read the original book, this story will not make much sense. It picks up immediately after the book ends. It is also not finished. I'm going to read chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm in the process of writing chapter 5. If you guys want to check out the written story, go to fanfiction.net under Ann Alfred 2K. And click on The Outsiders Rebuild. So, I hope you guys enjoy. As I sat to write, the words began to flow in a way they never had before. As the memories flowed, another piece of the story came through the pen. I wrote about Dowie, a boy whose digging life was to cause trouble and break rules. I wrote about Soda, my happy-go-lucky brother, who never let anything get in his way. I wrote about Derry, everything I misunderstood about my oldest brother. He wasn't hateful and hard. He was trapped in a role no 20-year-old should ever have to be used to. He got pushed into being an adult fast so he wouldn't lose us. I wrote about Two-Bit, the boy who loved to mess with me and watch Mickey Mouse. And finally, I wrote of Johnny, the gang's pet who died too young but died a hero. Before I knew it, I had a theme as thick as a book. I'd been lost in thought. I must have been lost in thought because Soda was shaking me. Pony boy. Hey, honey, snap out of it. It's 1 a.m. You gotta get some sleep if you're gonna make it through school. Soda had a funny look on his face. What? I asked him. I thought maybe he was thinking about Sandy again. You wrote all that in 5 hours? Golly, it had to be something important. Soda said, climbing into the bed. I followed him, as Soda slung his arm across me in bed. Yeah, it was, I said, but Soda was already asleep, breathing evenly. As I drifted off to sleep, comforted by Soda's warm breathing, I had a smile on my face. Yeah, things were different, and it was never going to be the same, and being a greaser was never going to be easy. But what was left of the gang had to keep going. We had to stay gold as long as we could, and maybe even take on a few new members of the gang. Like Cherry said, things were rough all over. My dreams were filled with memories of Johnny and Dowie, and morning came too quick. I grabbed my theme and went to the kitchen. Derry was making French toast. Morning, pony boy, Derry smiled. Wait, Derry smiled? I didn't even know Derry could smile. Morning, Derry. I sat down and began to dig into my breakfast. Where's Soda? I asked, not seeing him. Early shift at the DX. Two-Bit's coming any minute to walk with you. Derry said, sitting next to me and eating his toast. Oh, all right, I nodded. I wasn't surprised at all to hear a familiar voice shout, Anybody home? I rubbed my eyes. Yeah, Two-Bit, I'm coming. I grabbed my theme off the table and went running for the door. Don't slam the door, Derry warned. I won't, Derry. I carefully shut the door and went down the porch steps and found Two-Bit staring at me. Geez, kid, did you write a theme or a book? And I thought it wasn't due until next Friday. I shrugged. It isn't, but I'm done, so I might as well turn it in. Two-Bit rolled his eyes as we walked. School was normal. Well, as normal as it can be now. I saw Cherry at lunch, and she snuck away when nobody was looking. Glory, pony boy. You got some stars in those dreamy eyes of yours, Two-Bit smirked. I rolled my eyes at him again. I do not. Two-Bit's grin got bigger, if that was even possible. Glory, kid, you really like her. I glared at him. Two-Bit, shut your trap, I said angrily. Okay, kid, Two-Bit sighed. We went to English with Mr. Syme, and I gave him my theme. He looked surprised at how much I'd written. Thank you, pony boy. Mr. Syme started reading, but it would take him a while. We finished Great Expectations in class, and on the way out of class, Mr. Sam told me my grade would be posted on Monday. I left to find Two-Bit, and he was hanging out at the lot. "You cooled off now, kid?" he asked. Yeah, I'm cool," I said. I really don't know why I got so fired up about Cherry. I mean, she dug okay, but I didn't like her. Did I? Nah, I couldn't like her. "Pony boy, you zone out too much," Two-Bit laughed. "It comes from being dreamy," I joked. "Come on, kid, we'll miss Mickey." I rolled my eyes again. "Race ya," I said. I still found it funny how much Two-Bit loved Mickey. Alright, Chapter 2, Outsiders Rebuild. Let's see where this goes. We ran through the streets like madmen. Two-Bit was always grumpy when he missed Mickey. Before I knew it, I was climbing the dented rusty fence in front of my house. It was one of the very few things that hadn't changed in my life. "Beat ya," I laughed. I taunted Two-Bit. "You're a track star, Pony. It ain't really a fair race." He had a good point. Yeah, I know," I laughed as we went inside. "You missed Mickey, Two-Bit," Soda said. "Damn it," Two-Bit cursed. He said more colorful words than that, but I blocked him out. You get used to it when you got a buddy like him. "Whoa, language filter, Keith," Soda cut off his rant sharply. I tensed. "Soda, duck!" I was relieved when my brother listened to my command, ducking just as Two-Bit's fist hit the wall. "You don't call me that!" Two-Bit shouted. He hated his name. We didn't know why, but we sure as hell weren't asking him. "Oh, right. Sorry, Two-Bit. I forgot." "I forgot," Soda said shakily. Two-Bit, at this point, had started to calm down. "It's okay, Soda. I shouldn't have fallen off the handle." Soda stood up from the floor by the couch. "You okay, buddy?" Soda asked. "Yeah, I'm fine. You got any beer?" Two-Bit sighed. "Yeah," I said, handing him one. "Thanks, kid." Two-Bit downed the beer as Derry walked in. "Soda's cooking tonight, Derry," I said. "Well, I ain't sticking around for that." "See ya." Two-Bit left, and we all laughed. I couldn't blame him, though, crossing my fingers that something would be edible. An hour later, we were sitting down at the table eating mac and cheese and baked chicken, and either I was really hungry, or Soda's cooking was getting better. I didn't know which. "Wow, this is pretty good, little buddy," Derry praised him. "Yeah, Soda, it's real good," I piped up. "Thanks," Soda grinned. "Hey, Derry, can I catch a movie at the drive-in tonight?" I asked. "Since you got that theme done and it ain't a school night, I don't see why not. But trot down Two-Bit to go with ya," Derry said. "I will. Thanks, Derry." I smiled. "Have fun, Pone," Soda said, as I stood up from the table. "Be back by 12, Pony boy," Derry warned. "Got it," I said as I shut the door and went to the vacant lot to see if I could find Two-Bit. I must have had a little luck on my side, because when I got to the lot, I found Two-Bit with a lit cigarette in his mouth, a half-empty bottle of beer beside him, and $10 in his hand. "I beat Shepherd at cards," Two-Bit grinned. "Want to go to the drive-in and celebrate?" I asked him. "Sure, kid." Two-Bit stood up, kind of tipsy, so I helped him. "Thanks, Pony." "Let's get going." On the way to the drive-in, Two-Bit ranted and raved about beating Tim Shepherd in cards. "You really are excited, aren't you, Two-Bit?" I laughed. "Yeah, kid. It feels nice to have a win every once in a while." We snuck under the fence for old time's sake and sat down in the seats, and I was surprised to see Cherry and Marcia walk over and sit with us. "Hey, Pony boy," Cherry smiled. "Hey, Cherry." Two-Bit and Marcia were talking too, but we didn't notice. "How's school?" Cherry asked. "It's good. My grades are getting better," I said. "That's good." Cherry smiled again. Golly, her smile was sure pretty. Cherry and I walked over to an area with some grass and laid down and watched the stars. "They're so pretty," Cherry said. "Yeah, there's the North Star. It's my favorite because you can always find it no matter where you are. It's like a diamond of hope," I said. Cherry sat up for a second. "Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it." She laid back down next to me, and we picked out constellations and talked about Paul Newton. I even told her stories of Dolly. She was so easy to talk to. "You ain't like the other girls, Cherry," I said. "I hope that's a good thing," Cherry giggled. "Yeah, you know it is," I smiled. I haven't been able to be happy in a long time, and it felt real good. "What else do you dig, Cherry?" I asked her. Gone with the wind. I'm like you, Pony Boy. I like to dream." I nodded. "Johnny says it's a good way to be," I remembered. "Johnny was wise." Cherry smiled as we sat up. "You know something funny?" I asked her. She shook her head, her red hair bouncing in the wind. "I don't usually dig girls with green eyes, but you changed my mind," I said, and Cherry beamed. "I'm glad, Pony Boy." She was so beautiful. Her red hair gleamed in the moonlight, and her green eyes shined with happiness. I leaned in and softly kissed Cherry's lips, and to my surprise, she kissed back. I was a greaser, she was a soch, but in that moment, it didn't matter. Everything was gold and beautiful. But rule number 1 of being a greaser, nothing gold can stay. And just as soon as we found ourselves in a good place, everything came crashing down again. Ooh, drama! Chapter 2 kind of gave you something new. Off we go to Chapter 3. Let's see where this leads. I doubt the greasers are going to be happy about this. The next thing I know, Two-Bit is yanking me by the collar, yanking me away from Cherry. "Pony Boy, Michael Curtis, are you out of your mind? We just got done with the freaking turf war with the socials, and you do this?" Two-Bit went on, and finally Cherry stepped in and slapped him across the face. "You lay off of him," Cherry yelled. "I liked it." "Well, that's just perfect," Two-Bit fumed. Something slowly dawned on me. I really had crossed a major line, and I realized that Cherry and I had just entered a Romeo and Juliet type situation, and everybody knows how that went. It didn't go well. "Two-Bit, we gotta go," I said. "Oh, you think? I never would have thought of that," Two-Bit yelled as we started running home. "See you at school Monday, Cherry," I called. "See ya, Pony Boy," I heard her yell back. Two-Bit and I ran to the lot, out of breath and gasping. "Derry's right, you don't use your head," Two-Bit said. I was mad now. I had a lit cigarette in my mouth, so I pulled it out, and I said, "Maybe not, but at least I use my heart." "That won't get you anywhere but in trouble," Two-Bit shouted. He had a point. Derry was going to kill me when he found out. "I gotta go," I sighed. "I'll start planning your funeral, kid," Two-Bit said, and I had to laugh at him. I walked up the street to my house and looked at the clock. 8:50 p.m. I'd made it home by 12, so I had that going for me. "Hey, Pony Boy, how was the movie?" Derry asked. "It was good," I said. Derry just nodded, and Soda was studying me intently. "That's good," Soda said. Just as Soda took a sip of his beer, Two-Bit came running in. "Just perfect," I muttered. "Two-Bit, what's wrong?" Derry asked him. "Your brother kissed a soch," Two-Bit said frantically. Soda spit out the beer in his mouth and Derry gagged. "He did what now?" Soda asked. "He kissed that soch Cherry," Two-Bit said, and both my brothers turned to face me. "Do you have any idea how stupid that was?" Soda asked. "No," I said honestly. "It's going to give any soch in school a dang good reason to jump you, and it puts Cherry in a lot of danger too, Pony." Soda sighed, biting his nails. "Cherry in danger?" I didn't like the sound of that. "What kind of danger?" I asked worried. "The socials will probably turn against her, and her parents are most likely going to kick her out, Pony, and a girl like her won't last 4 hours on the street," Derry sighed. Those words were worse than any scenario I came up with in my head. What the hell did I do? The next weekend went by in a blur. My mind was constantly on Cherry. Now it was Monday, and I could hear Soda yelling, "Pony Boy, hurry up and come eat. You'll be late." I smiled. At least that was normal. I'm coming, Soda. I walked out and Derry was making eggs. 1 or 2, Pone? 2, I said. I was real hungry. Hey, kid, Two-Bit said as he was eating chocolate cake and watching Mickey in the living room. That was the first time I noticed him. Oh, hey, Two-Bit. I smiled just as Derry set the eggs in front of me. Thanks, Derry. Derry nodded. You're welcome, Pony. Now hurry up and eat. And then get out of here. We don't need you being late, too. Alright. I hurriedly ate my eggs and made a run for school. I was never this eager to go. Several hundred feet behind me, I heard Two-Bit yelling, "What's the hurry, kid?" I didn't really know. I just felt like getting there. Don't know, Two-Bit. And Two-Bit huffed. Well, then can you slow down, kid? I'm dying here. I rubbed my eyes and slowed. We were only 2 blocks from school now. Two-Bit caught up to me. Damn, I forgot how fast you were, Pony. I laughed. You said yourself I'm a track star, I pointed out. Two-Bit smirked and lit a cigarette. Want one? He asked. I shrugged. Might as well. Two-Bit handed me a lit cigarette, and I took a long drag to calm my nerves. I would get my grade from my theme today, and I had to get at least a C+ to pass English, or Derry would skin me. Your nerves bugging you, kid? Two-Bit guessed. Yeah, I nodded. I'm sure everything will be fine, Pony Boy, Two-Bit said, just as the bell rang. I groaned and went to class, hoping he was right. My day was going pretty good. I found out I got an A+ on my theme, which boosted my grade up to a B, and I went to lunch to tell Cherry and Two-Bit, but when I walked into lunch, I saw something that just about made my heart stop. Cherry was fighting a group of socials. They were jumping her and laughing. Cherry likes grease, I heard one say. Yeah, maybe we should teach her a lesson, I heard another say. Well, that was it. I ran forward, pulling them off of her. Two-Bit right behind me. I pulled Cherry to her feet and hugged her. She was crying really hard. I looked her over and saw they had pulled a blade on her. This made my blood boil, but I stayed calm, while Two-Bit left his mark on the jumpers. It's okay, Cherry. They won't hurt you no more, I promised, placing my handkerchief on the cut on her head. My parents kicked me out, Pony Boy, Cherry said softly. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll keep you safe, I said. How? She asked. I wish she hadn't. I had no idea. We'll take you to Derry. He'll know what to do. Okay, Cherry said, still in my arms. Let's go now. Derry'll understand us ditching, Two-Bit said. He was probably right, and so the 3 of us went on and left school. I didn't know if I made the right decision following my heart. I didn't know where I would be in the future, or where the world was going. I didn't even know if Cherry and I would last. I've seen love fail before with Soda and Sandy. I really only need 2 things right now. Cherry was officially a greaser, and greasers stick together. Wow. Pretty emotionally charged chapter, huh? Well, let's see. Pony Boy just rescued his princess. Let's see what happens next. We walked home in silence. Cherry was still really scared, I could tell. You'll be okay, Cherry, I said, and Cherry relaxed a little. Thanks, Pony Boy, she said, and Two-Bit sighed. Glory, where's the world going? You okay, Cherry? He asked. Yeah, just a bit shook up, Cherry said. Aw, you're tough, girl. You'll be all right. Two-Bit grinned. We walked to the house. Well, Cherry and I did. Two-Bit climbed the fence, and Cherry and I laughed weakly. Leave it to Two-Bit to try to lighten the mood. Soda, Derry, we're home, I called, walking into the house. No need to shout, Pone. Soda walked into the living room, as did Steve. What's going on? Soda frowned. Yeah, why are you with the Soch? Steve scowled. I felt my blood boil. She's a grease now. Her parents kicked her out. Steve froze. Oh. Two-Bit glared. Keep your trap shut till you know the facts, Randall. Steve tapped off but kept his mouth shut. Soda pulled Cherry down onto the couch and looked her over. That's a nasty cut. Let me clean it for you. It'll probably sting. Cherry nodded as Soda used a bit of peroxide and cleaned it. It kind of broke me when Cherry flinched. Soda? Cherry asked. Yeah, honey? Soda said gently. I'm sorry, Cherry whimpered. Hey, this ain't your fault. Soda hugged her. Soda was almost 6 months older than Cherry, but it didn't matter. Soda turned into an adult when somebody was sick or hurt. Steve looked at Soda. I'll go get dairy, Steve said, and Soda nodded. Thanks, buddy. Steve left to go get dairy, and Cherry, by this point, had fallen asleep. It's not fair outside. I know, Pony Boy, Two-Bit said. Like I told you at the drive-in, when the stacks are short when it's our turn. You gotta like it or lump it. Soda looked at Cherry as Derry walked in with Steve. What's going on? Derry asked Soda. Cherry's parents kicked her out, and she got jumped, I added in. Take it easy, Soda. Take it easy, Pony. You know we stick together. We'll help her. While Cherry slept, Two-Bit and Steve watched Mickey. Derry, Soda, and I dug through Mom and Dad's closet. Mom was 16 and Dad was 19 when they got married, so Cherry could wear some of Mom's old clothes. I wiped my eyes. We haven't looked at this stuff in a long time. I'll stay on the couch and we'll set up my room for her, Derry said. I'd never seen this side of Derry, and I was liking it. We moved several of Mom's dresses into Derry's closet and changed the sheets on Derry's bed. I'll get started on dinner, I offered, as Soda carried Cherry into her new room. Two-Bit, Steve, you got stand for dinner? I'm cooking, I said, and Two-Bit grinned. What are we having? Chicken pot pie? I smiled. I knew that was Two-Bit's favorite. Then you bet I'm staying, Two-Bit said, and Steve rolled his eyes. You're a wild one, Two-Bit, and yeah, Pony. I think I will. Thanks for offering, Steve said gratefully. About an hour later, Steve was setting the table when Cherry came out of the room from her nap. Hey guys, can I help? Cherry asked. No, we got it covered for now. Why don't you go fill Derry and Soda in? They're awfully worried about you. We'll eat in about 10 minutes, okay? I told her. All right. Cherry went into the living room with my brothers, while Steve, Two-Bit, and I finished up in the kitchen. Thank you for taking me in. You didn't have to do that, Cherry started off. Yeah, we did, kid. It doesn't matter what you did. Your parents shouldn't have left you by your lonesome. Nobody can make it on their own, Derry said. I don't want to cause problems, Cherry argued. Kid, listen to me. You're not causing problems, but you'll be in a lot of trouble if you try to go it alone. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to stay with us, and we'll get you a blade and teach you to defend yourself, Derry said. You're family now, Cherry. Welcome to the gang. Soda smiled. Thank you, Soda. Thank you, Derry. Cherry hugged both my brothers. Dinner, I called. Maybe, just maybe, everything would be all right. The weeks go by like a swift wind. Cherry fits in with no problems, and is even proud to stand with us and be called a grace at school. School let out last week, and Two-Bit's teaching her to fight real good, so she won't get hurt. Yesterday, Steve pretended to be a Soch and jumper, but he ended up on the ground with a black eye and sore ribs. Golly, she's gonna come in handy in the next rumble, Steve said, as he rubbed his ribs, and I laughed. And Cherry looked at me with a sly smile. Better be careful, Pony Boy, I got skills, she said. We all do. The trick is to work together, I said. Yeah, you know something? What? I asked. I think we'll make it, she said. I know we will, because we stick together. Alright, that's it. Chapters 1 through 4. I'll post chapter 5 whenever I post it on FanFiction. I'm getting through it. Sorry for some of the stuttering and the repeating words. I was reading off my published story, but I hope you guys like my audiobook. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.